Good evening, friends, family, and class of 2014. Today I'm here to introduce a man who is a teacher, role model, and friend, not only to me, but the class as a whole. A graduate of Virginia Tech, he earned a civil engineering degree that brought him to an unexpected place, Gloucester High School. There, he found a passion for teaching and inspiring young people. When his passion led him here to First Flight, he wasn't content being just a calculus teacher. He taught a math lab at College of the Albemarle, assisted coached our football team, and tutored kids, some that didn't even attend First Flight after school. Sometimes his tutoring wasn't solely academic. Many times throughout my high school career, I have found myself at his desk asking for advice about stress, important decisions, and life in general. I could always trust him to lead me in the right direction, whether it was keeping a safe following distance on the road or solving a tough integral without breaking down. Just a few days ago, he started a new chapter of his life with his wife, Meredith, and their newborn child, Finley. So without further ado, I would like to formally introduce Dare County Teacher of the Year, and in our minds, Teacher of the World, Mr. Brandon Harris.
Thank you, Taylor, very much. That was a great introduction, and it's an honor to have that introduction. And thank you for working so hard for me, too, the past few years. I would also like to start off by thanking Dr. Burgess, Mr. Tillett, and our Board of Education members, and a special thank you to the class of 2014, because you have made it possible for me to be standing in front of you today. And now, before I go any further, I've noticed a key theme here. A lot of students here are thanking their parents. You'll still be doing that later on in life. I'm 31 and thanking them every day. They're always there to help me out. So, and before I start, I'd like to also thank my amazing wife. She's watching online right now. She's always my strength and support, and she has been instrumental in my success today. She has helped shape my perspective of the world, and she is such an incredible mother to our son, Finley Keith Harris, who was born on Monday night. Raising a son has already been life-changing, and it is such an honor to be raising him alongside such an inspiring and incredible mother. Thank you, Meredith. This is one incredible class. You have a way of making people feel so extremely special simply for being who they are. And I've been lucky to be a part of your lives these past 4 years. I had a long talk with a close friend of mine the other day about having this opportunity to share my thoughts with such a talented group of people. As the conversation progressed, my friend sat there with a look of contemplation on his face, and you could tell he was deep in thought about the messages that I was explaining. His eyes appeared to race with excitement, and his brow furrowed in a complex way when he was processing all of our ideas together. By the end of the conversation, I realized that I had arrived at a more focused approach to what I wanted to share with you today. And I also realized that my friend had never really said anything at all during the conversation. So I put my arm around him and said, "You're right, Bodie. Sometimes in life we just need someone to listen to us." For those of you who have not had the opportunity to share class with me, Bodie is my black lab. For those of you who did get to share class with me these past 4 years, I'm sure you are very aware that I enjoy incorporating influential figures from my life into my lessons. After all, life, like math, is all about relationships. As I stand in front of you today, I'm flooded with memories. Memories that we have shared together while you were in high school, and memories of my own life while I went through the same experiences that you all are going through. We live in a world that is constantly changing, and if I could share one thing with you today, it would be the importance of perspective in your life. We all have complete control over our perspective. And maintaining a positive attitude throughout your life can be one of the most powerful tools you could ever have. As you go through the ceremony tonight and the very exciting weeks ahead of you, I encourage you to think back on a special event. Think back to a time where someone said something to you or shared something with you that helped to shape your perspective on life. Sometimes it can take many years to realize how much of an impact one event or one phrase really did have on your entire life. I encourage you to think back to the past 4 years and even the past 17 to 18 years, and try to find that perspective changer early on and identify it. Identifying an event that helped to shape you into the successful and unique individuals that you are is truly empowering. And it also gives you a chance to say thank you to that person or people who helped you become who you are today. I remember two things in particular that were incredible perspective changers for myself. When telling the story, they may seem very, very small, but over the years, they've always had a way of staying right in the front of my mind, and they've never faded. I now know why they have never faded. Those were perspective changers in my life. I was 16 years old, and I felt like I was on top of the world driving around in my 1983 Toyota pickup truck with the rusted out bed. One night I came home and my truck had broken down. Dad looked over the engine and said it was the water pump. I looked at him and asked, "What do I do now?" He simply said, "You're going to fix it yourself." That was a perspective changer. Then I was 21 years old, and this time I was working on a different vehicle, and after several hours of wrestling around with the drive shaft, I threw it on the ground, which I know you probably can't see me doing in your minds, but I got frustrated. I threw it on the ground and I walked away. To my surprise, my grandfather was watching from around the corner. He looked up at me and said, "What, you're just going to give up?" I promised him that I wouldn't, and then I fixed the truck, and that was a perspective changer. I did not necessarily realize it at the time, but those two events were huge in my development, and they continue to help me fix life's problems and never give up to this day. I also want all of you to remember that you are all perspective changers to someone else, whether you know it or not. There are a lot of people looking up to you and looking to you for guidance. Our words and our actions have such an incredible impact on those around us, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and even complete strangers. My younger brothers, Jonathan and Dustin, and myself, we've always had a way to help each other to create a positive perspective in our lives, and we continue to grow stronger together today as we go through life's changes. I urge you to all be aware that you are perspective changers, and each and every one of you has the power to change lives for the better. You won't always know it, but believe me, you are changing lives for the better. Another perspective changer, Mom. Mom will always know how to make it better. I remember forgetting my lunch at home on Valentine's Day, and Mom delivered it to my first period classroom at Gloucester High School, including those little construction paper hearts she cut out, the pink and the red, and she taped them to the lunch bag with my name on it. It was my first year as a teacher. I was 25. Yeah. You're never too old for your mom to make it better. Now I have 14 pieces of advice for the class of 2014, and I'd like to leave you with that advice, but before I say goodbye, I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to share with you a letter. 1, listen to Mom and Dad. They have a lot of experience and have been through a lot of the same things you're going through. Even when you feel like you may know better, listen to Mom and Dad. 2, always remember, there are a lot of people looking up to you. Brothers, sisters, friends, they're all looking up to you. 3, always keep your focus on what is truly important, and you all know what's truly important. 4, be happy. Find a career that makes you happy. My friend Paul Darnell, he's a stunt double in Hollywood. He stated it very well. He said, find something you like to do, something that makes you happy. Then pursue that with passion, and money will eventually follow. Don't make your decisions with money as the goal. It's about being happy. Number 5, opportunities are all around us. Always be ready. Number 6, pursue your passion, and remember that times will get difficult, but they will never be too difficult for you to overcome. You can always problem solve your way through it. Number 7, always remember the values that you learned at home. Number 8, it was once said that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single footstep. If you find yourself overwhelmed, take life one day at a time, or even 10 minutes at a time. 9, everyone makes mistakes. Do not dwell on them. Learn from them and use them to make yourself even better. Celebrate your successes, learn from your failures. 10, give yourself something to look forward to each day, even if it's just a cup of coffee on your way to work. 11, call home often. If you move away, your family's going to miss you, and those calls mean more than you know. 12, always be yourself. 13, keep your promises. There'll be a box of candy on your way out tonight because last year I promised my 5th period class that I would bring them candy when they least expected it. Should be by the diplomas, yeah. All right, 14, and finally, when the roads get rough and rainy, be sure to always increase your following distance. All right. Now, the last thing, I'd like to share with you a letter. August 18th, 2000. Dear son, I can't sleep tonight. I've been awake thinking about everything that we have done together over the past 17 years. I'm afraid of having to leave you at college tomorrow. One thing that I know for sure is that you've done so much with your life already, and you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Every single accomplishment you have made since you were born has always impressed me so much, and I know that this next step in your life is one that you will be very successful with. I know what you are capable of, and I know what you have always been capable of. You're going to impress so many people along the way because of how great you are. There's no one else in the entire world like you, and the world is lucky to have you in it. If along the way you find that Virginia Tech is not for you, that is completely okay. You can always change your plans, and you can always come back home. I will be there for you every step of the way. The most important thing is that you are happy. Always understand what is important, and always remember that you are not alone. You are entering into a part of your life that is so exciting, and you have the whole world at your fingertips. As you find your way, remember how much we care for you, and remember to always be happy. I'm already so proud of you for all that you have accomplished, and I want you to know that. You make the world a better place. Even though I'm dropping you off tomorrow, I will always be here for you, and I'm only a phone call away. I'm so proud of you. I love you, Dad. This is a letter that my father placed in my hand as we hugged goodbye in a parking lot at Virginia Tech. I kept this letter in my desk drawer throughout college, and those words have taken on different meanings throughout the different phases of my life. Today, these words take on a meaning of sharing, as the messages in this letter are messages that I am lucky to share with you. You may not know what the future holds for you, and that is okay. You have already accomplished incredible things throughout your life. As you find your way, stay true to what you believe in, and remember to always be happy. If you find yourself on a course that you feel is not meant for you, remember, you can always change it. You are not alone. You have the support of your family, your friends, your teachers, and every individual that has been a part of your development throughout life. Those who care about you are always just a phone call away, or in today's world, a text message, a Facebook post, a Snapchat, or a tweet away, and there may be more that I don't even know about right now. And finally, the world is lucky to have you in it. At 10:52 on Monday night, I became a father, the ultimate positive perspective changer. My son made his entrance into the world, and I'm so happy that he will be growing up in a world that is being influenced by such wonderful people as you. Be leaders, and leave today determined to have the greatest positive impact on the world around you. Congratulations, class of 2014. I'm so proud of you. Go out and live your dream and be happy. Thank you.